Thank you, Daniel, for interviewing us. We wish you all the much success in the world that you could have and your next level, wherever you tend and choose to go. We wish you the best, Daniel. Thanks for interviewing with us. Celebrate.
Provides an atmosphere of active, healthy lifestyles for individuals of all ages. Contact the Murfreesboro Athletic Club at 615-396-0999, and one may visit the website at www.athleticclubs.org. Janard appreciates production assistance by Dr. Pete Camiolo and Revolution Chiropractic.com. Web address www.maximizelivingrcamiolo.com. Let's Go Higher appreciates production assistance by Freedom of Worship Outreach Church, 49497. 494-9497, or the website is www.freedomofworship.org. Murfreesboro Pulse, Murfreesboro's new source in art and entertainment. Murfreesboro classified as. You may look at www.myspace.com/Murfreesboro Pulse. The email is murfreesboropulse@yahoo.com. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Janard. Cross backstage at the NPC 2009 Tennessee State Championships with my boy Mr. Zach Siraki. What's up, Zach?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing well. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Cool. So tell us, which class did you compete in today?
The junior lightweight.
The junior lightweight. Okay. And where in the hierarchy, if you will, where does that class fall?
Well, the junior class.
What's below it?
Above would be the opens. Juniors is for guys that haven't placed in an open class. So.
Okay. Cool. So, and how did you do?
I got third.
Third place. Third is a good place.
That's all right. Need some work.
Need some work. So what did you do to get ready for the competition?
Oh man, it's a pretty extreme diet, a lot of hard work. A lot of training.
Man. How old are you?
22 years old.
22 years old. So how long were you preparing for this tonight?
It was a 16-week diet. Well, chicken, fish, greens, eggs, grapefruit.
That don't sound that bad. That don't sound that bad.
It's not too bad.
So, how did it ever get old?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Word. Well,
yeah.
So now Zach, what can you tell anybody else that's wanting to get involved in a competition like this? They might not be sure, but they say, well, you know what? Zach got up there with his style, with his mohawk. I can do it too.
Just pick a date, train hard, and stick to it.
Stick to it.
That's the only thing you do.
You heard it from Mr. Zach Siraki.
All right, welcome back. We are still here at the NPC 2009 Tennessee State Bodybuilding Figure and Bikini Competition, correct? Okay, that's a lot in one. I got to get them all in. We are here with my friend Adrian, who is a recipient of another sword. And I'm going to get your opinion on what the meaning of the sword is when you win. But Adrian, tell us about the competition that you're in.
The competition, well, this was my first competition, and it really meant a lot to me because I didn't know what to expect. But I think with the crowd, and the wonderful people that I met, that it was very, very comfortable for me.
And what category were you in?
It was the novice middleweight.
Novice middleweight. Okay. Now, we noticed that in your competition, you gave a little shout out in your song. So tell us about who you used for your song.
Well, I used Michael Jackson.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it was paying homage, to the King of Pop, MJ. So so what better way, to go out, winning first place in hip hop, well not hip hop, but King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
So you taking it home? Even you had any questions for it? Okay, well, I had another. Okay, so I noticed that while you guys were doing your competition, how do you keep from trembling and shaking with all of that posing and you know, you have to do it for a while, right?
Right, but I think also, you know, like trusting in God, just letting Him take control, and then, you know, like, and just guiding you out there, and then just saying, you know, well, at the end of the day, whatever happens, and you know, and you're going back home as a winner regardless.
That's awesome. Where are you from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Represent. Well, it was a
Exactly.
pleasure. Asking, what would be some advice that you would give to some people that are, you know, interested in bodybuilding? What would be some advice that you can give to them? Some words of inspiration. That's the word I was looking for.
Pray,
Inspiration.
stay away from breads. That is hard work, because everything, you know, that you work for, you know, nothing comes easy to you. I mean, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, like, you know, it'll all be worthwhile.
Awesome. I do have a question.
Adrian,
Okay.
how long did you train for this competition?
My first competition, I trained for about 2 months. I didn't know what, you know, to expect, but because I asked like 6 or 7 different people, but all of them had something different. So I
Right.
said, you know what, everyone's different. So I'm gonna go out and just do, you know, my thing. You know, which one will make me comfortable. So that's what I did.
And what gym were you training?
Oh, YMCA.
Okay.
Wow.
Right.
YMCA.
YMCA.
What's going on, y'all? Janard here with my boy, Mr. Simon Luke. How you doing?
Doing good. Ready to have this
All
done.
right. I hear you. Now, Simon, what class did you compete in?
I competed open heavy.
Open heavy, okay. And this is your,
This is my second show.
Simon says this is his second show. He said he was a little camera shy, but he was nice enough to do this interview for us anyway. So we're going to help him break out of the shell. So now tell me, where are you from, Simon?
I'm from Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Tullahoma. So you traveled about 35, 40?
Yeah, about 45 minutes or
45 minutes. Cool. And so y'all had some stiff competition in your class, didn't you?
so. Oh yeah, had some big boys in there.
Cool. And so you made it to the top 5.
Yeah, out of 5, so it wasn't
Yeah.
that great.
Well, you know, hey. But you were here, and who knows where this is going to put you in making your next step in your next journey that much better, right?
That's very true. This is all a science experiment trying to learn what works for your body.
Cool. And so what word of advice, Simon, would you give anybody that's wanting to, that might be a little scared, but is sort of got something inside them saying, step out and do it?
All you can do is do your best and listen to the advice of anyone that's willing to help, and if you hear it a couple times, it's probably right.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Simon Luke.
Hey, Adrian, we forgot to ask you, what is the symbolic meaning of this sword?
It means
Or better yet, what do you think? You know, we're trying to get a consensus, just a...
dedication, hard work, and love for the sport.
Okay.
Right.
That's
What's up, y'all? This is your boy Janard here with my friend, Mr. Kellen Oldham. What's up, Kellen?
How you doing, guys?
So Kellen just did my heart so good representing out there. Which class did you compete in, Kellen?
Open middleweight, guys. Open middleweight.
Open middleweight. I'm not there quite yet.
Not quite yet. He's on his way, guys. On
To
his
let
way.
you know where that class is. Okay, so now Kellen, he is here from, are you from Tennessee?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
From Chattanooga, but moved up to Colorado.
Moved to the borough. Graduated college in 2007. Worked for the Murfreesboro Athletic Club. Took off to Colorado for a little bit. Now I'm back home
Back home for good.
for good, but in Chattanooga this time. For
In
good.
Chattanooga, I guess
Family
I guess
first.
I can deal with that. Family first, family
That's
first.
exactly right.
Worse, now, so Kellen,
sir.
Kellen, y'all, he rocked the house out there in this competition. Had everybody hollering, Kellen.
We tried to.
So now, Kellen, how is that? Why do you think? Because it's not always like that,
not
where
always like
everybody's
that.
just on your side. But from the moment you stepped out there on stage, everybody was hollering, Kellen.
That's right. Got a lot of friends up in the borough. They come to support me. Second show, got to have a lot of support.
So does that help in the competition?
Oh, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. Get out there, you hear your friends and family screaming at you. It gets that vibe. A lot of people get nervous, so it takes that away. I'm never
Yeah.
nervous. I'm always excited, so it just
Always.
amps me up.
Always,
It
man.
amps
But I
me
got
up.
to ask you,
Yes, sir.
Kellen, because I know this is not only a physical test, but it also is a mental and
test.
emotional test,
right.
putting yourself through the discipline. So
right.
how do you keep your attitude in the midst of all this?
You just have to. You start to get down, and you're done real quick with the diet. It's so overwhelming. You got to do a lot of protein, very few carbs leading up to it. It gets real overwhelming. A lot of people give up. A lot of people stop. A lot of people cheat, and just got to keep your mind in it. As soon as your mind gets out of it, the game's over. You got to stay strong up here, mentally focused. Get out there on stage and do what you got to do. Then it's over, and you can eat Oreos.
Cool. And by the way, Kellen took second.
Second place.
Second. That's
Place.
big.
Men's Open, second place, second show. We're gonna come back next year bigger. We'll
Word.
see what we have.
and take the whole thing.
That's right. And do more interviews from my man Janard here.
Word. That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Kellen Odom.
That's right.
Appreciate you, Kel.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, so we're back again, and I am here with my friend Daniel and my new friend Kyle. We were just in on a good conversation just about your performance and the choreography, and I had one question that I'm going to ask you guys once you finish telling us about some of the statutes that they have in the competition and the rules and regulations. So whoever wants to take it first.
For doing a posing routine, you're limited to 1 minute. And the only other stipulation is that the song, for obvious reasons, cannot contain profanity. But otherwise, you can pretty much choreograph the routine any way you want, with any type of moves, poses that you want to put in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's especially if you've got a favorite professional, which you kind of study their style, and you can use that to base off of. And like for example, Kai Green, he's probably one of the most, probably the most energetic posers out there in the IFBB today. He does front flips, he does splits, he gets on his head. So, and he was awarded best pose. Arnold Schwarzenegger quoted himself saying that's some of the best posing routine he's actually ever seen.
Okay.
So
it's all about the poses and
It's for the crowd. I mean, when you do the prejudging in the morning, it's the 8 mandatory poses. You're going through a very regimented presentation. But when you're doing the routine at night, it's for the people who come to see the show. It's to give them something to have some fun with. It's for a chance for us, after going through the mandatory poses, to have a little fun with it and just enjoy ourselves.
So it's a little more entertainment.
Yeah,
at the night.
and to portray that out to the people that get to see that too.
Awesome. And I have just one more question to ask you guys that I'm wondering, because when I see you guys out there, you're all, does it hurt? I mean, is it painful or?
if you get to the point where you've really depleted your water supply, then you could have issues with cramping. And if you're in the posing room and you overdo a set on a certain exercise, like for example, I wouldn't recommend doing quads or just doing like a lunge, because as depleted as that area is, as soon as you try to do that exercise or you go out there and try to squeeze it, then it's just you're that much prone to cramping. So really, other than that, the squeezing, that's not the only thing on your mind. The only thing on your mind is like all the folks that came out there, and you're like, all right, try to remember this. And so you just really, it's not really an issue, I don't think, in most people's minds.
Cramping tends to be the biggest problem from what I hear from a lot of people. I mean, you're doing a lot of physical exertion going through that posing, especially after having gone through all the prejudging in the morning. You're already a bit pre-exhausted, and by the time you come back in for the second time and pumped up, and then you go out on stage and you're going through a whole minute of ripping out a whole series of poses, between cramps and just locking a muscle as hard as you can for that series of poses. It's
now you seem to be well seasoned in the bodybuilding world. I mean, how long have you been in?
Today was my first competition.
This is your first competition.
Yeah, we're both
I was a novice lightweight before him, and my wife has competed on several figures. She's competing in the bodybuilding today, so she kind of by default drugged me, and so of all days on my birthday, I decided to get into the sport of bodybuilding.
Well, I thank you guys for interviewing with me, and we just had that little impromptu session.
Daniel Ledoux, Olympus Athletic Club, number 148.